I love Wapping Old Stairs. Hi, my name's Steve Newman, and this is one of my favourite parts of London. It's called the Wapping Stairs, or the Wapping Old Stairs. And Wapping itself is not very far from Tower Bridge. In fact, it's just around the corner by the Thames itself. And so the stairs are remnants from the old days, going back to around the 18th century. But it's amazing because it's a hidden part, and I love it because it connects London to its history in a sense. Well, these are the stairs, you can see, well worn, simply because they're an indeterminate age really, but roughly around the 18th century. And that was its golden era. This is when these stairs actually led down to the river itself, and people basically used to use them to catch boats to go up and down and across the river itself, Eastward Ho, Westward Ho and all that. But it's equally true that just by the river here, the old ships that were going into the port of London used to anchor. So very soon, Wapping became sailor town. One of the most gruesome activities that happened down here were hangings. And we're talking about the hangings of pirates. And the most famous pirate that was hanged down here was Captain Kidd in 1701. He would have come down here, followed by a huge procession of people, all the way from Newgate Prison, until he was brought to his place of execution, which is why it's called Execution Dock. In his particular case, unfortunately, when they actually brought him to the place where he was actually hanged, I'm afraid to say when they put the rope round his neck and he was pushed off, the rope snapped and he ended up being stuck in the mud. They dragged him up again and they hanged him for a second time. But that wasn't the end for him or any other pirate who was actually hanged down here, because then he was chained or roped and tied to an old post in the old Thames mud itself. And then they allowed 3 tides to wash over the body, by which time the body became rather bloated and black. This is where they say, some say, the expression, "Oh, what a whopper," came from, because of that bloated figure floating aimlessly in the water. Also, just by Wapping Old Stairs is another surprise. Just behind me here, there used to be an old cell where they used to hold prisoners before they were transported over to Australia. Well, you can imagine those kind of things don't happen anymore, thank heavens. And of course, by the 19th century, Sailor Town had gone to be replaced by factories and warehouses, which were very heavily bomb damaged during the Second World War and the Blitz, when you had 76 nights of continuous bombing, mainly aimed at the docklands and around the river itself, or most of the industry was, and about 20,000 as a result lost their lives. It's brilliant, really, in a sense, that these stairs were spared, and that's why I love them so much, really, because they're just an echo back to the 18th century in Sailor Town, when the sailors would be enjoying themselves in a free and easy way down here in Wapping itself.